There are moments in life when we reach a point where the weight of our thoughts and feelings becomes too much to bear. I have private things to share with you, things that no one else understands, things I need to release into the open, even though it feels like exposing a part of me I've kept hidden for so long. In the quiet moments when no one else is watching, I find myself drowning in thoughts I can't articulate. I have private things to share with you, secrets that have been buried so deep they've become a part of who I am. It's time to let them out, even if it means facing my own vulnerability. Sometimes the things we keep to ourselves hold the most weight in our hearts. I have private things to share with you, emotions that have been trapped in the corners of my mind, waiting for the right moment to break free. Today, I let them come alive. There's a quiet storm brewing inside, and I can't ignore it any longer. I have private things to share with you, thoughts and feelings that have been too raw for anyone else to understand. But here, with you, I hope to find the courage to speak them aloud. My heart is a labyrinth of emotions, and I feel like I've been wandering through it alone for so long. I have private things to share with you, pieces of myself I've tucked away, hoping no one would find them. But now it feels like the right time to unlock the doors and let you in. There are layers within me that have never been uncovered, parts of my soul that have never been seen. I have private things to share with you, things that have been buried under the weight of my silence. Today, I'll share what I've kept hidden, because it's time to speak my truth. Behind every smile, there's a thought that only I know. Behind every laugh, there's a feeling that no one can hear. I have private things to share with you, and for the first time, I want to let them spill out, raw and unfiltered. I've spent so long keeping my thoughts to myself, thinking that they were too complicated for anyone to understand. But I have private things to share with you now, things I need to let go of, things that can't stay locked away any longer. There are moments when silence speaks louder than words, but right now, my silence is screaming. I have private things to share with you, things I've carried in my heart, hoping someone would listen, someone who would understand. The hardest battles are the ones we fight within ourselves, and sometimes it feels impossible to share that fight. But I have private things to share with you, emotions that are tangled, thoughts that are chaotic, and yet I need you to hear them. There are times when the only way to heal is to speak the things we've been too afraid to say. I have private things to share with you, truths that have been stuck inside for too long, waiting for the right moment to come out. I carry so much inside, a mixture of love, pain, hope, and fear. I have private things to share with you, things I've been holding on to, unsure of who would ever listen. But maybe, just maybe, you are the one I've been waiting for. Sometimes we keep things to ourselves because we fear being misunderstood. I have private things to share with you, things I've been afraid to speak for fear of rejection. But I believe in this moment that you will understand. In the deepest corners of my mind, there are thoughts that no one else knows about. I have private things to share with you, feelings I've been too afraid to voice. But now I hope that sharing them will bring me closer to peace. I've spent so much time hiding the truth from myself, but now I feel ready to face it head on. I have private things to share with you, things I've kept locked away because I didn't know how to express them. But now I'm ready to let go. There are moments when the weight of our emotions becomes too heavy to carry alone. I have private things to share with you, things I need to release, things that have been pulling me down. Maybe sharing them will finally set me free. I've always been a prisoner of my own thoughts, holding on to things that I couldn't let go of. But now I have private things to share with you, things that I'm finally ready to open up about, even if it scares me. Sometimes it's the unspoken things that hurt the most. I have private things to share with you, thoughts that have been growing inside of me, suffocating me in silence. But today, I'm letting them out, hoping they'll find a place to rest. We all carry burdens that no one else sees. I have private things to share with you, feelings that have weighed me down, but I'm ready to let them go and trust you with them, even if it means revealing parts of me I've never shown before. There's a quiet ache inside me that no one can see, a constant hum of emotions I've kept hidden. I have private things to share with you, things that have shaped who I am but never had a voice until now. The quietest hearts often hold the loudest thoughts. I have private things to share with you, secrets that have been hidden beneath layers of silence, waiting for the right time to be spoken. In the stillness of my mind, there are whispers I've been too afraid to acknowledge. I have private things to share with you, things that have been clawing at my soul, waiting to be freed. I've always wondered what it would feel like to share the parts of myself I've kept hidden. Today, I have private things to share with you, thoughts and feelings I've never dared to speak before, but now I'm ready. There are pieces of me that I've never shown to anyone, fears and desires that only I understand. I have private things to share with you, things that, when spoken, will finally feel like a release. We all have things we've kept to ourselves, things we're afraid to admit. I have private things to share with you, things that have lived inside of me for far too long. It's time for them to be set free. The heart has its own language, one that often stays unspoken. I have private things to share with you, words that have never found their way out, emotions that have never seen the light of day. I've spent years building walls around my thoughts, thinking I was protecting myself. But now I have private things to share with you, things I've been holding back because I feared vulnerability. But now I'm ready to let go. There are moments when the heart can no longer bear the weight of its own secrets. I have private things to share with you, thoughts and feelings I've hidden away, unsure of who would ever be able to carry them with me. Every silent moment carries a story. Every quiet glance holds 1,000 unspoken words. I have private things to share with you, feelings that have lived in the spaces between my words, and now they are ready to be heard. I've always been afraid to let others see my true self, the parts of me that are messy and imperfect. But today, I have private things to share with you because I believe it's time to stop hiding. Sometimes the hardest thing is not sharing what we feel, but finding the courage to speak our truth. I have private things to share with you, things that have lived in the shadow of my soul for too long. There are days when my mind races with thoughts I can't slow down, and my heart feels heavy with emotions I can't express. I have private things to share with you, pieces of me that have remained unspoken for far too long. The most vulnerable parts of us are often the ones we guard the most. I have private things to share with you, things I've hidden in the corners of my heart, afraid that sharing them would make me feel exposed. Behind every quiet smile lies a storm of emotions. I have private things to share with you, emotions that have been brewing for so long, and now I'm ready to let them pour out. There are parts of me that I have kept locked away, believing they were too fragile for the world to see. I have private things to share with you, and I hope that in sharing them, I can find peace. Sometimes, the things we most need to share are the ones we fear will break us. I have private things to share with you, thoughts that have lingered in the corners of my mind, waiting to be released. My heart has a story to tell, one that has never been spoken. I have private things to share with you, things that have been living in the shadows of my soul, waiting for the light of truth to shine on them. I've been holding on to so much, unsure of how to let go. But today, I have private things to share with you, because holding on has only kept me stuck, and it's time to release what no longer serves me. The most painful moments are the ones we can't share with anyone. I have private things to share with you, and though it's difficult, I know that speaking them is the only way to move forward. There are emotions that we don't always know how to express, feelings that don't fit into words. I have private things to share with you, things that have been waiting for the right moment to emerge. We all carry secrets, and some of them weigh heavier than others. I have private things to share with you, feelings I've been carrying around, thinking I was the only one who could bear them, but now I'm ready to share the load.